All right, moving on. Washington will soon say farewell, bye-bye to many members of Congress who are either retiring or lost their elections this year. So, the logical question, what's next? Former Connecticut Congresswoman Barbara Kennelly is with us, and she heads the Association for Former Members of Congress, which is here in Washington to give advice to departing members. Is there life after Congress?
Well, that has almost become a cliche, Bill, but there is life after Congress, and we do a lot more than give advice to former members. We're very active. We have a campus to Congress. We've done 30 colleges just this year. A Republican member and a Democratic member goes to a college campus and spends 2 days. At first I thought, well, someone like me, why would they want a senior citizen? They love to hear about how Congress really runs.
I bet they do.
Yeah, so we have study groups, a Turkish study group, a German study group, very, very important. Just this past year, I went to Kenya because there was a great deal of activity in the Congress and Congress members couldn't leave. So a number of us former members, Republican and Democrat, went to Kenya because they were going to have a new constitution. So we are very active. But another thing is we meet and we talk, and we had a very definite shared experience. And you can talk about the issues and not the politics.
Well, whenever anybody leaves a job, especially one that they've had for a while, it's always a little touch and go, isn't it?
It really is. It is.
Tell us what that's like.
Well, someone like myself, I adored the Congress. I felt like I was really doing something. And when I left, I missed it terribly. And I have to tell you, I didn't join the United States Association of Former Members immediately. But then when I did, I kind of felt like I found a little home because we all had shared the experience, and it really keeps you active in the congressional world, and it's so bipartisan. And I mean, friends of mine like Connie Morelli, different friends of mine who I was friendly with, I can see now, talk about the issues and not worry about anything. And I'll tell you, the kids love us. And we do also webcasts to high schools all over the United States.
What kind of things do students ask you former members?
Oh, they're pretty tough on their questions. But when we go to colleges, now I was at Dartmouth not too long ago, they want to know the inner workings. I mean, I was on Ways and Means. They really want to know how that committee has so much power and, and if it does at the particular time, why now and not later or before. And I was the first woman on intelligence. Well, they really have a lot of questions about that. Some you can answer and some you can't. But it keeps somebody able to use the experience that they had, a place where they worked very hard, and share that information. But it also gives you a group to hang with that understand where you're coming from.
Okay, suppose if you plan to retire, that's one thing. But suppose you lost an election that you really didn't think you were going to lose. Suddenly you're wondering, what's next? What do I do with the rest of my life? What do you tell them?
Well, even if you plan to retire, you can join the Association for Former Members. I mean, that means you have more time to travel, more time to go to the college campuses, more time to really get involved. But many people, I thought, let me tell you, I thought I'd go back to Connecticut. But, if my husband was alive, I would have. But the only place you can really sell your wares is federal wares, and it's here in Washington. So you stay in Washington and you work in Washington, but you really want to relax and talk about what you used to do and what you want to do. And this association is marvelous for that.
What if you need to find a job?
Oh, you have to do that on your own. And by the way, Bill, I want to say, no taxpayer money in this. We pay it by dues and one big dinner a year. But no, most of the No, not every. You don't know. You really don't know. Some are retired, some have jobs. But the main thing is you still have a little piece of affecting people's appreciation of democracy.
Barbara Kennelly, former member of Congress and member of the Association of Former Members. Thank you very much for enlightening us.
Well, it's so nice of you because, today there's a few of who are going to be former members in town, and we're having a nice event over at the new center at the Capitol, and we hope they will join.
You're going to tell them what to expect, right?
Well, there's so many of us from so many different, both parties and different experiences. I think they will find it very interesting, and I just hope they join.
Thanks so much.
Okay, Bill.